What is up, guys, and welcome back to a new series I'm going to be starting about bucket coding. Now, this is going to be using Java, not JavaScript, so all of my previous tutorials, none of them will be able to be used here. But again, I am a little bit new to this as well, so I think it would be much easier for me to help other new coders, seeing as I was just about where they were, and I can help them learn how I learned. So today we're going to just be going over how to make simple commands, and then in the next episode we'll go over how to make events. So we're actually going to be using IntelliJ for this. You can download the Community Edition, or you can register on GitHub Student Pack, and then get the free Premium Edition. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Help. We're going to go to Find Action, search Plugins, and now we're going to install our first plugin, which will actually be really helpful, which I already have installed right here. But if you don't have it installed, you can type it in, Development. And what this will do is it will help you, it will really bring a lot of help. It will create basic layouts for your Bucket and Spigot development, and it can be used for Forge mods, etc. It's really useful. So you're going to install that. You're going to click the install button. Again, I've already done that. Then you're going to click OK. Now we can get started with a new project. So we're going to go to File, New, then we're going to click Project, and then it should pop up with a screen. We're going to make a Spigot plugin, so you're going to click that. Then we'll name it test command, and then we can name the artifact, we can scan the tutorial, and then you can choose whether to use Maven or Gradle. I use Maven, and then you can choose your plugin name. You can choose all sorts of different things that'll be useful. A plugin with commands, authors, maxi, whatever, it's up to you. And you can set whatever Minecraft version you want. And I'm going to be actually changing it to 1.8 once we exit this, but you can choose whatever you want to use and click next. You can save it as whatever, and then it should create a system or a layout that we can use for our coding. Okay, so there we go. You can see that the actual plugin has generated our layout for us with the on enable and on disable. I'm just going to minimize this to the side and minimize this to the side. And you can see it's made the entire tree that we need to lay it out. So we have source, name, Java, and then our actual tutorial file. So we're going to start with just registering a basic command. So we're going to do this dot get command. Then we're going to actually put the name of the command. So in this we can just put hello world. That'll be simple for now. And then we're going to do dot set executor, and we're going to set it as new command. And what this will do is we'll register it to a new command file. But as you can see, there's an error there. So we're going to click on that error, and we're going to click create class command. So this will create a new class in our tree named command, and this will be our actual commands folder. And you can see again, this one is underlined red because you have to implement the bucket methods for using a command. So just click implement methods, click the first one, click OK. It will automatically insert it. You can set return to true. And there we go, we have our first command file. Okay, so if we want our command hello world to actually be registered, what we need to do is we need to go into our resources folder that was generated, go into plugin.yml, then we're going to create a commands option. So we're going to create commands, colon, then enter. Now we're going to put the name of our command. In this case, we'll just use, what did we put? Was it hello world? Yes, hello world. Then under that, we're going to put usage, which in this case we'll do slash hello world, and then we'll put description, which in this case we can do says hello world, and this actually needs a space in between it. So there we go. Now our first command is registered. If you don't register the command, it will console log a big error, so you don't want that. And now what we can also register basically a console log whenever the plugin turns on, which is on enable. So you can do system.out.println, and we can just put hello world loaded. So there we go. Whenever the plugin turns on, it will register the command, and it will also print out hello world loaded. Okay, so now we're going to create what our actual command does. So I'm going to register a string at the beginning, which we can actually use as string command equals command.getName. So this will basically make it, if you want to make longer plugins, it'll make it much easier and much shorter to type things. So now we can do if command dot dot equals, ignore case. Then we can put our command name, which this will be hello world. Then we can put brackets, and then anything inside of this function will happen whenever you run the command hello world. So in this case, there are two ways you can send a message to a player. We can use sender.sendMessage, or we can use player.sendMessage. For the sake of the tutorial, we're going to use player. Let's define what a player is. So player equals sender, and actually we have to define it as a player, sender. So there we go. Now it defines the player as the sender. So now if we want to send a message to them, we can use player.sendMessage, and then you can use chat color dot whatever color you want. I'll just use red plus hello world. So there we go. They run the command, it will get them, and it will send them the message hello world. Now before we actually go further, I want to go on and change this to 1.8. So if you go to your pom.xml, go down to dependencies, change 1.15.2 to 1.8. And then if we go to plugin.yml, we can change the API version to 1.8. And there we go. So now if we actually want to export our plugin so we can actually use it as a jar, we're going to go back to our Maven side panel. We're going to click down on tutorial. We're going to go to lifecycle, and we're going to click install. This should open up the terminal at the bottom. It will show that it's installing. And now that it's installed, if we bring up our, let's see, my Java folder right here, if we go to what we created, which is whatever, and then we go to target, and we go to tutorial.snapshot, we can copy that and then paste it into whatever server we want. Okay, so I'm going to be using my local hosted server. So if we go into plugins, you can see I already have some, but we'll just paste in the new one that we made. It will load there. And now if we click server start, it'll run the server. Now if you don't know how to make a local hosted server, I'm probably not going to go over that. You can Google it, it's very simple. And as you can see, the console is a little bit hectic, but hello world loaded. There we go. So our plugin's now loaded onto the server. Okay, so if we actually join the server, you can see if I run the command /hello world, there you go, it outputs hello world right back to you. This is a very basic command that we just made, but again, in the future I'll be going more complex into it. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, make sure to comment your video ideas below, and thank you for watching.